we need people helping be the voice for agriculture and small business in the State House.
Welcome to this edition of the State of Soy. I'm here today with Shannon Latham, the Vice President of Latham Hi-Tech Seeds and a State Representative. Shannon, why don't you tell us a little bit about Latham Seed and the history of the company?
Sure. So Latham Seeds is a third-generation family-owned seed company headquartered in north central Iowa. In fact, our headquarters is right on our family's Iowa Century farm, and our office is in the former home of Willard and Evelyn Latham. So my office is actually where the kitchen was, so I like to say Evelyn liked to cook up great meals. She was known for her hospitality. In fact, she was Homemaker of the Year, and I like to cook up our next great marketing tagline or advertising campaign.
I know you guys recently had your 75th anniversary, so how has Latham Hi-Tech Seeds remained a top competitor for over 75 years?
So one thing we try to do is not just adapt to the times, but actually help innovate and get there before the market maybe even gets there. So Latham Hi-Tech Seeds was one of the first companies to start selling soybeans by the seed count. We also had Peking soybeans because they seem to be all the rage these days. We had those over 20 years ago. We took them out of our lineup for a while. They just weren't meeting our yield expectations, but now we have 6 new Peking varieties in our lineup for 2024 planting. And we've also put a renewed emphasis on our R&D because as a family-owned company, we don't have a parent company to fall back on, you know? We had to bootstrap to start our corn business almost 20 years ago. It's something that we continue to reinvest in. So we don't have Wall Street. We only answer to the farmers who are our customers. One of the things we focus on is taking a look at how we can develop soybeans and corn hybrids that can compensate or overcome diseases that are facing our farmer customers. So we started a renewed emphasis on our research program a few years ago. We are super excited now that we have in our lineup some hybrids that are really good against tar spot. That's something that's just recently kind of cropped up. It's becoming more prevalent. And so we're super excited about 2024 and beyond for that.
Can we touch on your urban and rural connectivity work, whether that's with the Iowa Food and Family Project or some of the other organizations that you've been involved in?
First of all, just a big kudos to the board for recognizing and putting money toward these efforts, because that can kind of sometimes be a tough sell, right? Like we want to go out and talk to consumers, but we know that is just so important because like with the legislation we're seeing in California right now with hogs, people who don't have a good understanding can definitely impact our production techniques as well as the technologies that we're planting. So we jumped on early on with that. We are just so thrilled to be a partner with that because of the great success it's had. We have hosted one of the farm expeditions here in North Iowa, talked about traits, technologies, and helping consumers understand why farmers are planting particular seeds, why we are breeding certain techniques, and I do think that that makes a difference. When we all can really open the dialogue, sit down at the table at the end of the day, I think Iowans like to learn from one another, and those have just been great venues for us to have those open, very conversational dialogues.
Shannon, as a supporter of the Iowa Food and Family Project since it began in 2011, along with the Vice President of Latham Hi-Tech Seeds, being a mom, a state representative, and much more, how do you balance everything?
Well, I probably sleep a lot less than the average person, but I also am surrounded by a great network of people. But my days do begin early. So when I'm in the State House, I'm not saying this works for everyone, but when I'm in the State House, for example, I'm on my email usually for Latham Seeds from about 5 to 7 a.m. Then I switch hats and get ready for my day at the legislature. We gavel in usually at 8:30 with prayer and pledge. I think my day is always better when I start it that way. And then I got a full day of legislative activities. I feel really blessed that I'm still able to be part of our family operation as well as serve, and I just really felt called to serve. I feel like we need to have people who understand agriculture as well as small business. Those are the heart of Iowa, and we need people helping be the voice for agriculture and small business in the State House.
Shannon, thank you and Latham Hi-Tech Seeds for your support of the Iowa soybean industry along with Iowa's farmers and agriculture. Reporting for this episode of the State of Soy, I'm Michaela McGill.
Farming is a competitive business, and you need equipment you can count on every single day. That's why for nearly 90 years, farmers have entrusted their grain handling to Brandt Agricultural Products. Brandt's full line of hardworking conveyors, augers, grain carts, vacs, grain bagging equipment, and tillage equipment are made to deliver the competitive edge you need to lead the field and are manufactured here in the USA. For more information on our full line of products, visit brandt.ca today.